If you want to eat, please prepare something yourself instead of asking people at the last minute.
Look in the kitchen, heat things up myself, that's women's work.
My husband heats up his own meals when I'm busy. If he can do it on his own, why can't you?
That's because you trained him wrong.
No, that's because he's a capable adult. It's basic life skills, Bob. Everyone should know how to feed themselves.
I already told you I'm not gonna do that. Meal prep is women's work, not mine.
What did you do before you were married?
That's different. I was single then. I had to take care of myself.
So you know how to cook. You just refuse to.
Sarah, are you deliberately trying to make me cook? The other day, Linda had already prepared food, but you called me to make something anyway. I bet there's food there right now. I doubt Linda left without preparing anything. She wouldn't dare leave me without food.
Then you have lunch options available.
The food's been sitting there for hours. It won't taste fresh.
A microwave will solve that problem. Easy solution.
Microwaved food isn't the same.
It's better than going hungry.
I'm tired of her cooking. Plus, she keeps using vegetables I hate.
So there is food. If you won't eat it, that's the same as having nothing. Please eat what's there. Sorry, but I need to work. I already told you that I'm busy.
Why are all the women in my life becoming so difficult?
We're not being difficult. We're just busy.
You've changed since the wedding. You used to be so polite and helpful.
I'm still polite. I'm just setting boundaries.
Boundaries with your father-in-law? This generation has no respect.
Again, respect goes both ways, Bob.
First Linda with her meetings, now you with your work.
We're both allowed to have lives outside the house, and I'm not your wife.
Hey, Sarah, don't think there won't be consequences next time you come over. Don't get cocky just because you're married. I can make my son divorce you anytime I want.
That's not how marriage works.
You think Mike would choose you over his father?
You can't make those decisions for Mike.
Watch me. He knows who pays his inheritance. Don't test me, Sarah.
Are you really threatening me with Mike's inheritance?
Not a threat, it's a fact.
I need to get back to work now.
This conversation isn't over. Wait until Mike hears about this.
He already knows how controlling you are. He always tells me about it. Go ahead and tell him. He already knows how I feel about these demands.
We'll see how long this attitude is. Well, they clearly failed at teaching you proper respect.
My mother taught me self-respect. There's a difference.
Self-respect? Is that what you call disobedience?
I call it being my own person. I have respect for myself.
You're not your own person, you're my son's wife. That means you need to listen to me whenever I need your help.
I'm both, and I'm done with this conversation. I don't need to listen to you.
Then learn to be more obedient. And if coming over is such a hassle, you should just move in. You were supposed to live with us after marriage anyway. But you went and decided to live separately without my permission.
We discussed this before the wedding. Mike and I wanted our own place. That's why we didn't move in with you.
You mean you wanted your own place? Mike never complained about living here before.
Mike was the one who suggested we get our own apartment. He insisted on it.
No, it was a decision you made without consulting me. You forced Mike.
We're adults. We can make our own housing decisions. I never forced Mike to do anything. He wanted this as much as I did.
You poisoned my son's mind with this independence nonsense.
He's capable of making his own choices.
Living together was the plan from the start. You changed it out of nowhere.
Your plan, maybe, not ours. It never was.
You think you know better than generations of family tradition? People shouldn't be lazy. The yard work should have started at 6.
Nobody agreed to 6 a.m. It was your plan. We never agreed to this.
Lazy! This generation is so lazy!
Being reasonable about time isn't lazy. It's common sense.
The weeds grow faster in summer. We need to start early. Get up!
I do remember it's yard work day today.
Then why aren't you here?
Because it's 7 a.m. It's still super early.
Then get over here. Linda usually helps, but she's not answering her phone.
Have you checked the kitchen?
What? Why would I check the kitchen?
Just wondering if you've looked around the house.
Of course I have. She's not here.
Interesting.
Then get over here.
No, I won't. I've decided I'm not following your orders anymore. I'm done listening to you.
Excuse me? Who do you think you are?
Someone who's tired of your demands.
You dare defy me?
Yes, I dare.
What? A daughter-in-law defying the head of the family? You're too uppity for a woman. Learn from my wife. Linda's always obeyed me perfectly.
When's the last time you saw Linda?
What kind of question is that? This morning, of course.
Are you sure about that?
Of course I'm sure. Wait.
Well, what are you talking about? You're single now. Where exactly is this wife of yours? You might want to look around your house carefully.
I'm talking about Linda, my wife. You know that. And what's this single nonsense? You're not making any sense.
Is Linda at your house right now?
I already told you she is. Stop playing games.
Just answer the question. Is Linda there?
Come to think of it, Linda's not here. Usually she's up before me making breakfast.
And when did you last see her?
Yesterday. No, was it the day before?
I need you to think harder. Remember, your wife isn't there anymore. Linda left.
What? Linda left? Don't talk nonsense! Wait. I see that there's a divorce paper on the table. What is this? When did she leave this here?
So you finally found them.
These papers! They can't be real!
They're very real.
These can't be real! This is some kind of joke!
Ah, you found it?
Hold on, what is this? Why is there divorce papers here? Is this your fault? Did you put her out to do this to me?
That's Linda's decision. She wants to divorce you. I never said anything to her.
This is your doing, isn't it? You've poisoned her mind!
Linda made her own choice.
She made her own choice? What nonsense! Why does she want a divorce all of a sudden?
That's all Linda's choice. She wants to end the marriage.
You mean she left because... Wait, when you said I'm single, you meant Linda's gone?
Now you're understanding it. Finally.
But she can't just leave. She has responsibilities.
Well, technically, you're not single yet since she hasn't filed the papers, but Linda's gone, so it's practically the same thing.
This is ridiculous. Where did she go? Do you know where she is?
Somewhere safe.
Safe? What do you mean safe? She needs to be here. Tell me where she is.
She needs to be away from you.
Is she at your house? Tell her I'm coming over. I'll set her straight for thinking about divorce.
She's not at our place, so don't bother. Like I'd let her stay there knowing you might show up.
You're hiding her, aren't you? You put her up to this.
I told you, Linda made this decision on her own.
Then where is she? Tell me right now.
I won't tell you. Linda wants a divorce. She doesn't want to see you.
Stop protecting her! She's my wife! Now tell me where she is!
She's not going to be your wife for much longer.
That's impossible. You're lying. Do you know how many years we've been married? Listen, Sarah, if you don't let me see her, you're going to regret it.
Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
I need to talk to her. This is all just a misunderstanding. You're interfering in my marriage.
What do you mean it's all a misunderstanding? There's no misunderstanding. She's done with you. Do you understand? Now stop with the threats.
This isn't a threat. I mean it.
Every word you say just proves Linda made the right choice.
I'll come to your house. I'm going to find her.
All right then, I'll call the police.
The police? Over a family matter?
Over trespassing and harassment.
You wouldn't dare.
Try me. One step on our property, and I'm calling. Anymore.
But we can work this out. Every marriage has problems. We can move forward together.
This isn't about fixing the marriage. It's about Linda's freedom.
Let me talk to Linda one more time.
She spoke to you on the phone yesterday. That was more than enough.
I wasn't thinking clearly then. Everything happened so fast.
30 years of marriage isn't fast, Bob.
Yesterday I got heated. With you all threatening police and everything, a lot was happening all at once and I couldn't think straight.
And now you've had time to think. So what do you say?
I realize I might have made some mistakes. A lot, actually.
Might have? Are you serious?
I know I made mistakes.
Like what kind of mistakes? Sorry, but Linda says she never wants to speak to you again.
Please, I'm really sorry. Let me talk to her, please.
What exactly are you sorry for?
Well, maybe Linda felt I wasn't showing enough affection. If she comes back, I'll try harder. Physical affection and stuff.
That's what you think this is about? Seriously?
I could buy her flowers, take her to dinner sometimes.
Look, Linda doesn't want physical affection from you. She left because of your behavior over all these years. Your controlling attitude, trying to dominate everyone. She doesn't want that kind of relationship anymore.
I was just being a traditional husband.
No, Bob, you were being a dictator, not a traditional husband.
What do you mean by behavior? What do you mean all these years? We had a good marriage.
According to who? You?
Linda never complained before.
She complained. You just never listened.
Then why divorce now? If she could handle it before, she can keep handling it.
That's exactly the problem. You think she should just handle it forever. That's not fair to her.
What else is she gonna do? She's never lived alone.
And whose fault is that? Are you serious? She's divorcing you because she can't handle it anymore. She's tired of being your slave.
Slave? This was just normal living.
Doing everything while you did nothing. That's not normal.
I provided for the family.
Your version of normal is very different from everyone else's. You need to realize that.
Oh, Linda left. I'm starting to understand how arrogant I've been.
Are you really? Or are you just saying that to get her back?
No, I mean it. I see now.
What do you see?
Do I really have to get divorced?
Yes, that's what Linda wants. If you refuse, she'll take it to court. She's kept a diary of all your awful behavior over the decades. It's plenty of evidence, and while it might take longer, you'll end up divorced anyway.
She kept a diary about me and my behavior?
Yes, every incident, every demand, every insult.
I can't believe she'd do this to me.
You did this to yourself. You drove her to it.
No way! I'm gonna be alone? How am I supposed to live? I need Linda. Who's gonna do the housework?
Welcome to adulthood. Time to take care of yourself.
You will. You're gonna do it for me.
What?
I can't. I've never done it. I don't know how to.
That's because you dumped everything on Linda. Housework, childcare, everything was her responsibility. Whenever she spoke up, you'd shut her down, saying, "You're just a woman." That buildup led to divorce. If you're really sorry, change your values. You need to change.
But I'm too old to change.
Then you'll be living alone.
I can't do it right away. I don't even know where to start.
Nobody knows at first. Everyone figures it out eventually. It just takes time.
Then, Sarah, you come take care of me. That much you can do, right?
After everything you've done? Really?
Because you're my son's wife.
You really don't get it. You haven't learned anything. Being your son's wife? be fine since we finished ahead of schedule.
That client meeting ended 45 minutes ago. What's taking so long?
There was a backup on Main Street. I thought it would be more efficient to get lunch now rather than make a separate trip.
Oh, okay. How did the client meeting go?
It went very well. They agreed to all our proposed terms.
And you didn't think to tell me this immediately if it was that good?
What do you mean? I sent you the meeting notes right after.
It was not your call to make. You should have checked with me first.
I understand. I'm sorry about that. Should I return to the office now?
I just checked with reception. They said you left at 11:30.
Yes, that's correct. The meeting ended earlier than scheduled, like I said earlier.
So you've been gone for over an hour?
No, just about 45 minutes, including travel time.
And you didn't think to report back to me immediately about that?
The traffic was quite heavy coming back, so I decided to use the time efficiently. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal.
That's not how things work here. You should know this.
I made sure all my morning tasks were completed before leaving.
That's not the point. Who handles your performance reviews?
You do, Mr. Wilson.
Exactly. So when I ask where you are, I expect an immediate response. You need to learn the chain of command here. Everything goes through me. This is nothing new, Madison.
But I did send you the meeting summary by email. You should have gotten it. You can double check.
I don't care about emails. I want direct communication. Got it?
Should I call next time instead?
Don't get smart with me now. That's not the point. I need to know where my employees are at all times.
Okay, I understand. I'll be more communicative in the future.
You should have come straight back. Client meetings aren't an excuse for extended breaks.
I'm still within my allotted lunch hour. I'm not taking extra time for a break.
Says who?
The employee handbook states our lunch break policies.
Who told you that you could take lunch now?
I checked the schedule before leaving. Jessica is covering the phones. That's why I decided to go. I made sure everything was covered.
Did Jessica tell you she could make these decisions?
No, but we've been coordinating coverage for a while now.
Since when do new hires get to decide when to take lunch without my permission?
I just checked the handbook. It states we get an hour for lunch every day.
Hello? Are you new here?
I've been here almost a year now.
Then start acting like it. Don't quote the handbook at me. I'm the one who wrote half of those policies.
Oh, okay. I apologize if I misunderstood the procedure. I didn't know.
This isn't school. You can't just walk out whenever you want. You need to ask me first.
I never intended to.
What kind of new hire eats lunch outside? You should be back at the office answering phones like everyone else instead of taking longer lunch.
I apologize, but other team members are covering the phones. We discussed it and set up a rotation system. It works out pretty well for us.
A rotation system? First time I'm hearing about this. How come no one has ever told me about this?
It was just discussed last week. It's still new. We're trying to figure it out.
With who exactly?
We implemented it during last week's team meeting.
Who approved this rotation system? Because I sure didn't, so who did?
We developed it during last week's team meeting. Everyone agreed it would help maintain coverage while allowing breaks. We thought we were helping each other make it a little bit easier.
So you're making decisions behind my back now? You think you don't need to ask me anymore? That you can all make your own choices?
Not at all. We thought it would improve efficiency. That was all.
You've been here 5 minutes and you're already trying to change how things work?
The team thought it would help with...
When exactly was this meeting? When did this happen?
It was on Tuesday afternoon during our weekly team sync.
You mean the meeting I was stuck in traffic for? That's when you all decided this?
Yes, Sarah led the meeting since you weren't able to make it. She did really well.
So you went over my head?
That wasn't the intention at all.
Did you even try to reach me?
We sent you the meeting minutes.
Who told you to make decisions like that? Always trying to act smart instead of focusing on your actual work. You keep making stupid mistakes but have time to slack off?
I'm sorry, but I did get permission from Sarah about stepping out, so I really didn't think it was a big deal.
Since when does Sarah make these calls? You think she has authority over me?
No, of course not. She's the team lead, so I thought...
Did she tell you she could override my authority?
No, she was just trying to keep things running smoothly and efficiently.
Sarah is too soft on women. You should watch out.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Getting pretty cozy with her already, aren't you?
She's been helping me learn the systems. She's the one who's been training me and helping me with everything.
Oh yeah, I bet she has.
She's very knowledgeable about our procedures. She's been here for a long time, so I thought it was good that I was learning from her.
Stop trying to change the subject. You really don't see it? She always takes your side.
It's not just with me. She treats everyone fairly.
Sarah's in her mid-30s, single, no men in her life, only nice to other women. Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't see how that's relevant to work.
Oh, it's very relevant, all right. She might be into you, if you know what I mean.
That's an incredibly prejudiced thing to say. Sarah is kind to everyone, regardless of gender. I think you're misinterpreting things. You shouldn't assume things.
You're new here. You don't know the office dynamics.
I've observed enough to see that she's professional, and she's very good at what she does.
Professional. That's one way to put it. Don't lecture me about how to interpret things. I saw how she defended you in the morning meeting. It was pretty obvious.
She was explaining my work on the project. She was not defending me.
Getting comfortable with her having your side all the time, aren't you?
She was just explaining the new filing system I implemented. I apologize if it came out differently than what we intended.
You mean the system she approved without my input? She didn't even tell me about it.
The team agreed it would help with workflow.
Another system? How many things are you trying to change around here? And all without my permission? Do I not exist anymore?
It's already improved our efficiency by 30% already. That's a huge difference.
Says who? Sarah? She told you that?
The metrics show clear improvement. We can see exactly how much it improved.
Those numbers mean nothing. You're just trying to show off. Stop making up excuses. You think impressing Sarah will help your career?
This isn't about Sarah or impressing her. It's about improving our work processes so we can all work efficiently.
Everything's about Sarah with you. I've known her since we started here. She's not interested in men, trust me.
That's really not appropriate workplace discussion. We should stop talking about this, really.
She's been here 8 years and never seen her with a guy, not for lack of trying on my part.
That's not something you should be spreading around. This is very inappropriate.
What? It's common knowledge. Everyone knows this. I'm just looking out for you. Wouldn't want people getting the wrong idea, you know?
There's no wrong idea to get. You should really stop talking to me about this.
Just facts. And what's with you defending her so much? Are you into that too? Both of you?
This conversation is inappropriate, and this has nothing to do with work. I just don't feel comfortable talking about this.
You're liking it, right?
Please stop making these inappropriate assumptions.
You started it by being so defensive. What's wrong? Did I hit a nerve?
I'm just trying to maintain professional boundaries. These things should not be discussed, especially during work hours.
First you waste time with unnecessary systems, now you're talking back to me? How dare you? Do you know who you're talking to?
I'm not talking back. I'm trying to keep things professional. The conversation was getting too inappropriate.
There's that word again, professional. You think you're better than everyone else?
I'm just trying to do my job efficiently. That's all I want to do, to make it efficient for everyone else too.
By cozying up to Sarah, that's how you do it?
No, by implementing useful systems.
There you go again with that attitude. Why are you giving me an attitude?
What attitude? I'm simply explaining my work and what we have implemented.
You're getting real mouthy for a new hire. You're the most irritating one we've ever gotten. Been here almost a year and still don't know your place? How dare you talk to me like that?
I understand I'm still learning. I'm sorry if I said anything to upset you. I just want to stay professional.
Do you? Because all I see is attitude right now. You think because Sarah likes you, you can do whatever you want? Is that so?
That's not it at all. I never said that. You're the only one who's saying things like that.
Do you know what happened to the last person who challenged me and gave me an attitude?
I'm not challenging you or giving you an attitude.
Are you not? Because it seems like you think you can change everything around here without consulting with me first, like you own the place or something. That's challenging me if someone asks me.
I'm just trying to contribute positively to the team. Is there something wrong with that?
By undermining my authority? By going behind my back with Sarah? Do you think that's right?
That wasn't my intention at all. You're coming up with all these scenarios that are not true at all.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. All I need to hear is sorry and I understand from you. Instead, you keep making excuses and saying things I didn't ask for.
I apologize if I've overstepped. I just wanted you to understand what I was saying.
If? There you go again. You think you're so special?
No, it wasn't like that. I apologize. I never intended on coming off that way. I'm sorry.
That's better. Just remember who signs your performance reviews.
Yes, Mr. Wilson.
And who determines your future here?
You do, Mr. Wilson.
One word from me and you're gone. I can make that happen. Only I can. I can make things very difficult for you here. Trust me when I say that. Everyone's got problems.
She's in critical condition. I need to be here with her.
And what exactly do you expect me to do about that?
Mr. Wilson, my mother isn't just sick with a cold. She has a chronic condition and has been hospitalized. She was in critical condition yesterday. Her life could be in danger.
So, the hospital has staff. They'll take care of her. Everyone's got problems. I came to work when my dog died. I didn't take a day off or come in later.
I understand that was difficult for you, But this is different. She is my mother we're talking about.
I didn't miss a single meeting. I didn't ask for any special treatment.
This is different. Even the doctors are concerned about her condition right now.
Different how? Because it's your mother? You think you deserve special treatment?
The doctor said,
That's even more reason not to take time off. There are doctors and nurses there, right? What good does it do for you to be there?
they need family present for big decisions. She's not doing very well.
They're paid to take care of her. That's their job.
Medical decisions require family input. I had to be here.
Can't someone else handle that? Why do you have to do that?
I'm her primary contact.
What about your father?
He's, unavailable right now.
How convenient.
I'm not going to make her better. I want to be there because I'm worried and want to be by her side. Parents don't live forever. What if something happens to her while I'm at work? I can't do that. I'll regret it forever.
Getting emotional about it won't help anyone. You have responsibilities here, a job to do.
Yes, I understand my work responsibilities.
Well, clearly you don't. The world doesn't stop just because someone's sick.
I've arranged coverage for my tasks. It's all worked out. I made sure of that.
What about your assignments? The Johnson account needs attention. Have you checked?
I understand my responsibilities, but family emergencies? They come first for me, especially when my own mother's in a critical condition.
Here we go with the excuses. I'm tired of hearing them. We can't have you taking time off for this all the time.
This isn't a regular occurrence. That's why I notified the HR in advance.
This isn't a charity. First the rotation system, now this? You're always looking for special treatment.
Please don't dismiss this so casually. This is a big deal for me. She is my family.
You're being dramatic. People get sick all the time. She'll be fine.
Not like this. It's different.
You've already missed 3 hours this morning. The Johnson report is due today.
I completed it over the weekend and sent it to you last night. Did you not see it? Do you need me to send it again?
Trying to show off again? You expect praise for doing your job? That's not the point. What if your parents die during an important meeting? Are you just gonna skip the meeting?
If that happened, yes. I would need to leave. I would skip the meeting to be with my family.
This is the real world. You need to understand this. Time to grow up. Got it?
Depending on the industry, that might matter, but in our current role, yes, I would. There are others who can cover for a new hire like me, and nobody's life depends on my presence. Besides, any company that can't function with one person absent has bigger problems.
Getting philosophical now? I don't care to listen to your excuses. Look at you acting all high and mighty again. Think you know everything about business? Where'd you learn that? Some online course?
I'm not acting all high and mighty. That wasn't my intention. I'm just trying to explain.
Are you kidding me? You got some nerve talking to your superior like that. Keep this attitude up and you'll regret it. Maybe you need another lesson about respect.
Yes, I understand. While being at work is important, I can't prioritize it over being with family in their final moments. If someone is capable of that, that's admirable. But if my absence would tank the company, that's a different story.
Oh, now you're a business expert. You think you know how businesses work? You've been here, what, 11 months? You think you can lecture me? Do you know how long I've been working here for? Oh, so you want to get fired, is that it? Is that what you're trying to do? Force me to fire you? Is that what you want?
I don't want to be fired, but I wouldn't want to work for a company that prevents employees from being with dying family members. That's not right.
Playing the victim again? Big talk from someone who can barely handle basic tasks.
My work has been satisfactory. I have teammates that help me and cover when I need them to, especially in a situation like this.
Are you getting brave because HR approved your leave? You think they'll protect you?
No, I just think there needs to be understanding in these situations. I'm going to tell you one more time that my mother is in a critical condition and she might not make it. I need to be here with her.
Understanding? I'll show you understanding. You really need to be taught a lesson. Time to learn about consequences.
I apologize.
Then maybe they'll cancel the transfer. You're my only hope. I can explain everything, I promise.
Can you? Are you sure about that?
I know I've been tough on you, but it was for your own good. I was trying to prepare you for the real world.
By harassing employees, that's your way of preparing them?
Wait, your father? You're that Parker? You're Richard Parker's daughter? The CEO's daughter? This has to be a mistake. This can't be right.
No mistake. You've got it all right.
But you've been here almost a year. Why didn't you say anything? That's not entirely fair. I was just trying to maintain discipline as your boss.
By spreading rumors about Sarah, saying all those inappropriate things?
You have to understand my position.
Your position of power that you abused? That position? It's called harassment, if you didn't know.
Harassment? That's a strong word. I was just being thorough. I was trying to help you. Look, you don't understand the pressure I'm under. Managing isn't easy.
Neither is being terrorized by your boss.
Terrorized? That's extreme. I know, I really regret it. I regret everything I've told you and said about Sarah and your mother. We can work this out. I can change my management style. I promise. I'll change and make it up to you.
Now that you know who I am, you want to change all of a sudden?
Oh, really? I've learned my lesson. I had no idea you were... If only I'd known, everything would have been different.
That's exactly the problem. Do you not see it?
This is all just a misunderstanding. I was trying to help you grow. You have to believe me. I never had malicious intentions.
That's exactly the problem. You shouldn't treat anyone this way, regardless of who they are. What you've done is just wrong.
You're right. Absolutely right. I see that now. Let me make it up to everyone, including you. I'll apologize to Sarah.
If you were truly sorry, you wouldn't be asking me for favors. You spread rumors about Sarah, mocked her for being single. Aren't you single too?
That's different. Men don't have to worry about that stuff. I mean, that came out wrong. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
Really? Still with these attitudes? Excuses?
I didn't mean... I was just joking around. You just took it the wrong way. Can't you take a joke? This is all being blown out of proportion.
Like how you blew up about my mother's hospitalization when she was about to die? When the doctors were even scared about her life?
That was different. I was under stress. You gotta believe me.
That kind of assumption is exactly the problem. Plus, I heard you only targeted Sarah because she rejected you? I heard about your stalking behavior too. It's crazy.
Stalking? I just asked her out a few times. She was sending signals. You don't understand office dynamics. I wasn't rejected. I just felt bad for her being lonely. Why else would I go for someone like her? She should have been flattered.
Is that what you tell yourself? How sad.
You don't understand how things work.
Sarah was never interested in you in the first place, and I've talked to the former employees who quit, heard all about the impossible demands and verbal abuse caused by you.
They're exaggerating. David couldn't handle the pressure. These millennials are too sensitive. When I started, we worked twice as hard. That's ancient history anyway. David left without saying anything, so why bring that up now? He wasn't cut out for corporate life.
Or maybe he couldn't handle your abuse.
Abuse? I was motivating them.
Some people can't speak up. New hires often don't know who to turn to.
I was just trying to toughen them up. That's what management is about. Someone has to maintain standards. You can't coddle everyone. I was just trying to help.
Is that what you call harassment?
Listen, I can change.
Look, I'll give you advice. Apologize to everyone you've hurt. Maybe that will help with your transfer. I could even work under you if you do.
You mean that? You would help me? I can change, I promise. Just give me another chance. Please, please help me out here. I'll apologize to everyone who quit. Just please put in a good word about the transfer. Having someone with my experience on your side would be valuable. I know all the company's systems. Think about what I could teach you.
No thanks. Having someone like you around would only hurt the company. I was actually hired specifically for your department because it had the highest turnover rate for new employees. The company knew you were a problem, but without concrete reports or evidence, they couldn't take action.
But I can change! I'll prove it! You don't understand what this will do to me! My career is everything!
Like how you ruined others' careers?
That was different!
No matter how much you beg, I won't pretend your horrible behavior never happened.
My career will be over. This isn't fair. I worked so hard to get here. Please, Madison. Please, I'm begging you. Don't abandon me. This
and more positive now that he's gone. Sarah got promoted to his position as manager, and she's doing a great job. I'm sure the work environment will keep improving. Though I'm still new, I'm learning a lot from my supervisors and colleagues, and I'm committed to contributing to the company's success. Now that things have settled down, I can start processing my mother's death. It will take time, but I'm not alone. I'll get through this with my father and the rest of my family.